shadows cold as ice. Dare to listen, pay the price.
The Haunting Beneath the Ice, Silver Falls' Forgotten Curse. Every winter, the small town of Silver Falls transformed into a winter wonderland. The frozen lake at its center became the highlight of the season, adorned with twinkling lights, wooden benches, and booths selling hot chocolate. The annual Christmas festival on ice was the pride of the town. For Claire, a young mother, it was a chance to bond with her son, Tommy. They had recently moved to Silver Falls, and she hoped the festive atmosphere would ease her loneliness after the divorce. Tommy adored the ice rink, but Claire couldn't shake a strange feeling. The ice seemed unusually dark, as if something lay beneath it. Occasionally, she thought she saw eyes staring up at her from the depths. She dismissed the thoughts as stress and tried to focus on her son's laughter. The evening before the festival, Claire took Tommy to the ice rink. While he practiced skating, she stood nearby, sipping coffee. Suddenly, she heard a faint tapping noise. Turning toward the lake, she spotted a crack forming in the ice. But a moment later, it was gone, as if it had never been there. "Mama, do you hear that?" Tommy asked. "Hear what?" "The girl singing," he replied. Claire strained to listen, but heard only the whistle of the wind. The next day, while running errands in town, Claire overheard hushed conversations between locals. Someone mentioned a tragedy that had occurred years ago. A little girl had fallen through the ice and drowned. Her body was never recovered. When Claire asked for more details, the townsfolk quickly changed the subject, unwilling to discuss it. Finally, the day of the festival arrived. Crowds gathered around the lake, the air filled with cheerful music and the smell of roasted chestnuts. Tommy joined the other children on the ice, while Claire stayed near a booth, watching him. Everything seemed perfect, until the music stopped abruptly. The festive chatter gave way to silence. Then came the sound of cracking ice. Tommy stood frozen in the middle of the rink, staring down at his feet. "Tommy, come back," Claire called. But he didn't move. Claire pushed through the crowd and ran toward the ice. The cracking grew louder. At the center of the lake, a long fissure formed, spilling dark water onto the surface. The onlookers screamed. Claire's heart pounded as she reached for Tommy, but before she could grab him, something emerged from the water. A figure of a girl, her dress soaked and clinging to her frail frame, rose from the icy depths. Her hair hung in wet tangles, her face pale and lifeless. Empty eyes stared directly at Claire. The girl stretched out a hand toward Tommy and whispered, "Why did you forget me?" Panic gripped Claire as she grabbed Tommy's arm and pulled him away. The ice beneath them groaned and began to shatter. People screamed and scrambled for safety. "Who are you? What do you want?" Claire shouted. The girl's voice was like the wind, cold and hollow. "Justice." Claire's mind raced. She remembered the story of the girl who had drowned. This wasn't a random haunting, this was vengeance. "We can help you," Claire cried. "Tell us what you need." The girl tilted her head, her expression unreadable. Then, without another word, she sank back into the water, taking several people with her. The next morning, the lake appeared untouched, as if nothing had happened. But the town was silent. No one dared to set foot on the ice again. Claire learned that every year, someone disappeared during the festival. The townsfolk whispered about a curse, but no one was willing to break the silence and confront the truth. Claire learned that every year, someone disappeared during the festival. The townsfolk whispered about a curse, but no one was willing to break the silence and confront the truth. Claire learned that every year, someone disappeared during the festival. The townsfolk whispered about a curse, But no one was willing to break the silence and confront the truth. Now, Claire understood the danger. Each time she passed the lake, she heard a faint whisper. "You forgot, all of you forgot." She vowed to uncover the girl's story and find a way to set her spirit free. But it seemed the ghost wasn't willing to wait. That night, Tommy woke her, his voice trembling. "Mama, she's here. She's calling me." Claire rushed to his room and looked out the window. There, in the snowy darkness, stood the girl. Her pale figure glowed faintly as she stared up at them, waiting. If you want to uncover the chilling secrets of Silver Falls and learn the truth about the forgotten girl beneath the ice, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments, what would you do if you heard her whisper? And remember, sometimes the past doesn't stay buried or frozen.